New Year, I thought about you and Gary both on New Year's Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Having practice.
Yeah, we practiced about 10 a.m. I gave him a little bit of an opportunity to sleep in, but not a lot.
How are things going?
It's going well, actually. We just won our last conference game against Florida Tech, and I thought we did some nice things. We came back from a significant deficit late in the game.
Yeah, you had a 14-1 run.
Yeah, we did, and the ladies showed a lot of strength and togetherness to be able to finish that game, and really showed a lot of maturity and being able to follow the game plan late in order to finish. So it was a great win.
And do you think that the way you finished that game on that 14-1 run, that's due in part to what you've been able to do the last couple of games and coming back from deficits that, now these players kind of know, like, okay, listen, we don't want to put ourselves in this position, but if we are, we know what to do to come back and we can still pull this off.
Right, yeah, I think we've definitely learned a lot. Unfortunately, we haven't been blessed with all wins, so we've had to learn from some losses, and I think we have a group of players who don't enjoy losing at all, and they're going to fight to the finish regardless of the score, and we've grown a lot as a team over the last 2 weeks.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 5'5" on the roster. It says 5'6", but I'm excited for that extra.
We embellish.
You'll take that extra in,
I'll take
right.
whatever I can get. I'm a point guard. I love to play. I love the system. I love my team. We're just growing each day. We're just taking a step forward and just learning how to play with each other. When March comes, it's going to be a sight to see.
You love the system. I think that's really music to Coach LeAnn Freeland's mind here in her ears, because it's something to come in and have to go through a bunch of different systems and have to have her install a new system and a new way of thinking.
Definitely, I would definitely have to agree with that. And coming from where I came from, we're all basically learning at the same time, and I think that's what helped us grow, because we're all growing through these growing pains together. So that kind of brought us together more as a team.
Right. So Meixandra, much like a lot of the players on our team, she had a different coach last year. She was at Colorado State, and we were blessed to get her on transfer. She's been remarkable on and off the court, and she's definitely showing leadership. She and Danielle Robinson were our 2 recruits, and they saw the vision. They knew what we expected as coaches, and they've really brought the team along with them. And again, like she stated, we're still a work in progress, but by March we're going to be a different team and a stronger team, and everyone's going to understand each other at that point, including the coaches and the players.
Right, exactly. I want to get back to that, but I want to talk to you about transferring. And that's always tough, because when you were recruited out of high school from Virginia, Colorado State wants you. I mean, that's big time for you, and you go, it's your love, and all of a sudden something happens, and we're not into what happened. But then you make a call that I have to make. I want to transfer. And now this is a huge decision, because this can't be a mistake.
Yeah.
Tell me about that and how Nova fit in.
It was definitely kind of scary for me. It's like putting yourself out there, once again, you're going against people who just came out of high school, who are highly recruited, and then, your transfer. And if you didn't play a lot, a lot of coaches look at statistics, and if that's the case, and a lot of schools won't even look at you.
However, you were playing at Colorado State. Nice try.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
But it was just kind of, I knew that this was a decision that I had to make that I was going to be happy. It was more so that I would be happy where I was versus, just kind of being in cold weather, literally. So I knew I wanted to go to a warmer place, so I had to be somewhere on the East Coast. I was looking at Florida or, back home around Virginia. And I do have family in Florida, so, it's a beautiful place. It's kind of hard to say no. And a couple of schools started recruiting me down here, and when Coach Freeland, I looked her up and I was like, okay, you had a good program, all right, so let me take a visit. And it's funny, I was also getting recruited by Shaw.
Okay.
The funny thing about Shaw is they didn't call me back. They got hit with the hurricane and all that stuff, and they stopped calling me back. So I was like, all right, Nova and then we're in the top 2 schools. So, I get the call from Coach, and we come out here, and, it's quite funny. The team didn't think I was going to come here because I didn't hang out with them. We sat in Coach's office and talked for probably like 2-3 hours. And, she's real, she's honest, she will tell you how it is, and that's what I can appreciate from a coach. Like, that's what I want, that's what I've always wanted. Don't sugarcoat it, just tell me how it is. And she told me where she thought this team could go, and I wholeheartedly believe it, and it's where I want to go. So I decided it's the best place for me to be. It's beautiful out here. You gotta love playing ball.
Okay, so now the decision is made. Let's fast forward to today. Happy with the decision?
I'm ecstatic about my decision. Every day, I love waking up, going to work, basketball, having fun with my teammates, getting better, and, getting my education. It's a great school.
How are things in the classroom?
Good, really good. I definitely improved my GPA, but I think I have about 3.2 right now. So looking at business. So I'm looking to, improve on that. And as a team, we really pride ourselves on academics. Like we'll have study groups, we be in the library. We make sure we get it done in the classroom as well on the court.
Right, and we do have to brag on that too, because right now our team for the fall, we had a 3.51 GPA as a team. 3.51. I've never seen that for women's basketball, so it was really a great thing for us to see. And then I had to think back to our 2 conference losses. Happened to be the week before finals week and the weekend after finals week, and I was thinking, ooh, perhaps that did affect our focus on the floor. So, because I knew we were great academically, I knew we have some smart ladies on the team, but 3.51 is quite stellar.
Very impressive.
Yes, it is. I'm very proud.
Especially with the amount of work you put in. I know that Coach Freeland really demands a lot of you, and not only a lot of you on the court, but if you're demanding on the court, then you need to be as demanding off the court.
Yeah, and that's something that you can come to appreciate because it helps you find out who you are and how you take that. We get criticism daily. But, that helps us grow. You learn how to take that and develop that and improve yourself.
How did you find out about her?
Actually, it's interesting. I was just talking to my former head coach I was coaching with at Florida Gulf Coast University and just saying, hey, have you heard of any transfers? And he said, actually, there was a transfer from Colorado State, and in her release it said that she wanted to go to Virginia or to Florida. And so we got the release, and I called her, and we had a great conversation. I heard back from her about 5 days later, and she's like, Coach, I want to visit her. Okay, let's do it. And it was really that easy. She was really easy to recruit. She and I are very similar. Her mom and I are very similar too. We're very straight shooters, and I think it was just a really good fit for all of us.
Let's talk about today. You have Florida Southern coming up again.
Right.
I know Gary it's all, the men are number 1 in the conference. How do the women play up to how the men play? And tell me about this game today.
Oh, they're just as good, actually. They're currently ranked 22 in the nation, and we have our work cut out for us today, but we're really excited. We have a really good game plan going in, and I'm excited to see how our players are able to put that together, because if we're able to follow our game plan, then Florida Southern is going to have a hard time scoring, and they're a team that needs to score to win. They are all about offense. And, we're a team that's all about defense, so it's going to be an interesting game.
Definitely.
And it's got to be exciting for you, huh?
It is. I love playing defense, and as a team...
Wait a minute. Whoa.
You've never heard that before?
I very rarely from a basketball player. You love playing defense.
Yes. The pride you get from getting a stop.
I get it. I get it. Not a lot of other players do. Go ahead. Got to interrupt.
It's just... You just get a sense of satisfaction when you can stop somebody from scoring. You know their play before they do. You're already going to be there before they are. Watching the frustration grow on their face, it's almost as good as a layup.
Can you tell that they're getting frustrated?
Yes, you can tell the look on their face. Body language tells all.
Do you play up to them? Do you do a little trash talking?
No, I let my game do the talking. I don't worry about that.
She isn't a trash talker.
Do you have any on your team?
We've got a couple. We do have a couple, but generally I don't really hear it so much, but I know what's going on.
Right.
We won't say any names, though.
Okay, so Florida Southern ranked 22. What would it mean for you guys to pull off this win?
It would be very big. It would look good, especially on our record and for later on in the season. But I think it would just give us, even bigger boost, for team morale, just us getting back on our feet, and especially because it's a conference game. We definitely want to shock this conference and show them what we have. So taking on a big team like that would be really good for us.
You heard me ask Coach Freeland, when you come back from a game like you just came back from, you go on a 14-1 run, you pull it off, you win the game. How much did the other games that you had to come back from or go into overtime with, how much did that experience help you in the game that you just won?
It helped us a lot. I think it helped us realize that yes, we shouldn't get down by a certain amount. There's only so much you can come back from. There's only so many times you can keep coming back. But You know, I think we've learned how to fight. You know, those games taught us to fight to the end. Sometimes they didn't end up with a win, but you know, we learned that we don't give up. We don't ever stop. You know, to that brother to 0, that's when the game's over. And I think us kind of deciding we're not going to lose this game and coming together and playing as a team, I think that was the biggest drive we've made. We came together as a team and scored and won that 14-1 run.
Coaches are never satisfied, as you and I have talked almost ad nauseum. But from a competitive standpoint, you have to love the spirit and the heart of this team.
I do. I really do. And like I said, we're still learning together. It's kind of funny you would ask me if you're going to take the floor. Well, after we lost to Valdosta, Coach K and I both took the floor for a few drills just to be like, Lace, we got to toughen up a little bit. And I know our posts are definitely better today because of that, because they don't really have anyone to learn from. And Coach K had the pad out, and she was hitting.
Do you still have the pads?
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
She took out a little frustration that day, and our ladies, they came ready to fight. So again, I think they're a fun group. They're a very spirited group. I know they want it. And, it's just a matter of them understanding the principles 110% going into each game.
Are you having a lot of fun coaching this team?
I am. They're a very fun group.
Yeah. I can imagine that because the players I've spoken with speak volumes of Coach Freeland, and they speak volumes of the bond that you all have together.
Yeah, I mean, I think that bond comes from us all just being all in. We all know what we want, and we know that it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a sacrifice. It's going to take hard work. We're going to have to bleed, but we're going to do it together, and I think that's what makes it mean that much more and makes you fight that much harder for it.
Yeah, togetherness, make it all happen as one.
Right.
Tip-off is 2 today, right?
It is.
Okay, so for those of you listening, let's get this doubleheader and let's have a nice crowd out here today at the Don Tap University Center, because you have 2 o'clock, the women take on Florida Southern, and then at 4 o'clock, the men take on Florida Southern. Number 22, ranked number 22, the ladies, and the men I know are ranked very high as well. So, as always, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Tony.
And Meixandra, can you come back?
Hey,
I want you.
can
Can you bring her
She's a
back?
natural. She may need to go into communication.
Oh my goodness, you can probably host this show.
Hey,
She might be
I'll
able
give
to.
it a shot.
Well, it's great to have you. It was a pleasure meeting you, and continue your success in the classroom as well.